start recording. Poggers. Can someone talk?
Poggers.
Okay, cool. We're good. So okay, I'll do that when we're not recording again. But Kappa just said Kappa's being whatever. I won't say anything. Are you guys all have this up right now? I linked it in Scrim discussion.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So go Winston. Playing it where I'm on Junkrat or on Soldier.
I need to set up my account still.
All right, I'll pause until you guys are all ready to go. Dude, I think I think I'm just gonna quit playing Overwatch and just become a coach/analyst, and be even trashier at that, but it's less effort.
That's what he said, or that's what you're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay. I thought fucking no.
No. I'll talk about that when we're back offline again. Because this will end up getting posted on YouTube, so we can share it with each other, and I don't want to badmouth people in that. Right? Even though I usually put all my stuff as unlisted, it's still just like I'd rather not, you know. Mm-hmm. Try to be good about all this stuff.
Okay.
Let's see. Can we get this 1080? This is not good looking 10. This is low bitrate 1080 faux show, but whatever. All right. Calhoun, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
I-beams, you in? Blah, you in?
Yep.
Yandere, are you sitting in on this or no?
Where's...
In Scrim discussion, I have the Mayhem link.
Where's my fucking cursor?
You turned it off again.
Oh, wait. I forgot I'm not... I'm spectating the game.
Windows.
I've been watching so much Overwatch lately, I couldn't differentiate.
Jesus, dude. Jesus.
Alright, I'm in.
Okay. I-beams, you good?
Yeah, I'm in.
Okay. So, team comps looks decent. I actually really like running... Wow, that was poop. I actually really like running this on Volskaya. I think the only thing that I'd maybe trade is doing Junkrat instead of Genji sometimes, but whatever.
Sort of a situational thing, but
yeah. I don't know why they're running Ana, but you know what? It's attack, so I'll let it slide. It's better than running Ana on defense.
Recon, I guess. If I remember correctly, they were running without Mercy a number of times because they're kind of preparing for the no Mercy.
Yeah. But I think Ana is still... my guess is K-Bird is like a recovering Ana main that is forced to play Mercy these days. Yep. And it's kind of a comfort pick for her, is my guess. Because they're playing in a tourney right now, so I don't really see why they're trying to practice for the future when they're in a tourney right now running with Mercy for the foreseeable future. But anyway...
whatever. Team captain was saying that they were running on a little bit of a tilt towards the end.
That's true.
This is first map, though, so.
No, this is third map.
Volskaya was third?
And we did Lijiang and Dorado first.
You're right. I'm an idiot.
So,
third.
I figure we'll do the ones with I-beams while he's around, and then I'll try to do the ones with Jaeger when he's around, because there's some stuff I want to talk about. I'm also going to try to be a little bit quiet and then pause it when I am going to not be quiet so that we can hear comms. Because I don't know if any of you that were spectating couldn't hear comms, but I do think they cleaned up pretty significantly today.
Yeah, I'm going to make sure you turn the volume up.
Monday, yep. Yeah, and then we're gonna be a little patient, and then
fuck.
Wow. Calhoun already threw.
Yeah, because you've never done that one.
Nope, I have never given up high grounds.
We're gonna be looking to kind of we pick our engage here.
Which
right?
side are they going?
Ryan Winston.
They're going.
Yeah, so this was an what? Yeah, their comp is what the fuck.
Winston?
What the yeah, so when he came in, I talked to him the other day, I was like, dude, what the actual fuck are your comps, right? If you're gonna run triple tank, you make this be a Roadhog or a Diva.
This
right?
is some nice long range damage they have.
Oh my god, it's so bad. So the other thing that I want to point out real quickly because I just said it, right? And I've been picking this up from watching Jane's stream, is that there are kind of different ways to play dive, right? And when you're running dive on defense, you can play a little bit more passively and really choose what your engages look like, right? Eventually you have to contest point. But if they had decided to come down middle, what we could have kind of done is sat back on high ground a little bit and then wait for someone to use a cooldown or be out of position and dive them. So with this team, it didn't matter as much because we were kind of steamrolling them through the whole night anyway when we weren't throwing. But against a more competent team, that's something to keep in mind. And then that ended up not really being the case because they went through tunnels and then you just dive tunnels, but whatever.
Left or left? Okay.
I never remember which side is tunnels.
Except for the Tracer, apparently.
That's fine. She's kind of...
Why did
Blah the one that's more indoors?
I don't know. I talked to Blah about... Wait, Blah, you're here, right?
Yeah, so I don't remember my exact thought process jumping on the hut. I believe it was just simply a mental mistake that I made. I should have rotated over on the left side.
No, you stay with me. Well, that's what I think.
Exactly.
I think you should. So you should stay with me next to where this Tracer theoretically would be, and the two of us, like if they went left, we would have gone to the opposite side, stuff like that.
Yeah, if you'll notice right here, the Tracer should have punished me for this.
Yep. No, he should have punished Calhoun for this.
Tracer already used recall for some reason.
What?
Yeah, she dropped down to low ground and then recalled back up.
Oh, so she just fucked up really hard is what you're saying. Okay. Did she try to chase Blah off or something?
Nope. No. She just blinked too much out of the door.
Okay.
Scouting.
But like if you
so right there she falls off and then she's gonna recall
she fell
up.
off earlier and then she...
If you like back it up though, you'll be able to see that the Tracer is sitting just like waiting to engage. Like she sees us up there and none of us call it because she's to our back.
Yeah, so she comes through here.
Left or right?
And then there's we rotate over, right?
She blinks
out.
out.
She tried to chase Winston over for some
Mercy,
godforsaken reason. Or was it Mercy?
It was Mercy.
Okay.
That's fine.
Recalls. Okay, whatever. Hard to kind of tell what's going on over here, but we basically we out mechanics them in this fight,
what
basically,
are you talking
right?
about over here? Could you okay.
So the one thing I would make a little note of is either when you guys start to get low as tanks, if this is a better team, you either need to drop on Mega so I can see and heal you and Discord them, or get them to pull out slightly farther so me and Blah have more of an effect.
So I think what me and iBeams kind of ended up doing here without realizing is he would kind of force in a little bit and get up on their Ana and force her to go down to try to go Mega. And I was going down either because I was damaged or because I knew that was happening. I would basically go down this way and we just pincer and fuck up their Ana every time.
Yeah, because I don't think it happens this fight, but I definitely remember that happening in other fights and it worked out well because I could start healing and shooting.
Yeah, so I dove in early on this one.
I eventually noticed that they weren't watching their back at all, and I just jumped into the windows in tunnel.
You're going to die here because you're purpled, right?
She's got Discord.
Yeah.
She's half.
Oh, no, you live. Okay.
I just barely...
How are you not dead? You're in the middle of 4 of them.
Because they are not a coordinated team and they don't have a target caller. That's it. That's why.
You don't need a target caller to see that there's a fucking monkey in your face. That's one.
Yeah, but even if there are a bunch of people in your face...
I do die, but...
Yeah.
And then Blah drops down. Does he?
Yeah, this entire beginning was, I would say, poorly executed by me.
Nah.
I was not fighting with the team, and then I think I was just distracted by the Tracer.
Okay.
At this point.
Is it because you knew that you could just fucking beat her anyway?
Pretty much.
Okay, because I was going to say, because you would have been much more effective up here shooting at the Winston, who's currently on our Genji and our Mercy, right?
Is anyone else having trouble with Mayhem?
No.
Did you log in?
It's not. I can't even get it to load.
Link expired.
What browser are you in?
Chrome.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Should be fine.
Not
Who's
Internet Explorer? Lol.
Who's Mercy main?
It's just now loading.
Who is Mercy main at 8971?
I assume that's Yonder.
Bragging hard mode.
Is it? Is it the one that just said gay?
I'm sure. I'm
Definitely
pretty sure
Yonder.
that's Reebler.
No, it's not me. I just got in.
Is this public right now? Oh, private session. I need to... I can't actually toggle that right now? What the fuck?
Yeah, okay, because, well, no, it has to be Yandere, because there's Reaper, Calhoun, Blah, I-Beams, and Mercy Man.
Yeah.
So
who's the one who would be most likely to write that?
It would be you.
Tester,
Okay.
right?
Mystery solved. Let's keep
Whatever.
playing here. Let's keep
Sorry.
going.
Okay, so
I got the Rhine.
I basically just push in and frag on the backline here. For some reason, their Rhine was like retreating. I don't know. This whole thing by them was basically like they threw for like a solid like however long they played this comp, playing this comp.
Got Discord.
If you can kill the Winston, you can res me.
But Mana should have tried to push the Zarya there, I think.
I think the only people
just
playing
jumped
this right are Calhoun. He's definitely playing like his position solidly.
Yep.
Hanzork. who's just
Probably.
doing a job of dodging.
Yeah.
So basically, your healers were doing what was supposed to be done.
Yep.
Hanzork made a huge mistake.
Okay, I almost have bomb.
Hanzork doesn't know this as well as the rest of us. To be honest, I was the one that probably made the most mistakes on that first fight.
Even
though
this shit that
killed the Tracer, so it was just a 5v5 for you guys, but I still made the most mistakes.
This shit that we run on Volskaya, like how we set up, is kind of strange. I don't think it's bad, but I think it's a little strange and disorienting for people that are new. Right?
Yeah.
But
They
Coming back from sun.
they might have Nano soon. She was
Nope.
getting a lot of healing output out.
no,
So
she
that's
was
the-
not.
No,
If we
she
can
was
kill
not.
the
You killed
Ana
her
in this
pretty
comp,
early, and
that
she
should
like,
Not-
defended
Not really. We had picked the.
pretty early.
Here, we can go back and find out.
Like I saw she was.
I
one of
think
the
she
first
was
to
the
die.
third pick in that fight.
they're running
she's
triple
still
tank with
alive?
Ana.
They're on his fucking.
No, something went.
No, they're on his one
Ryan's
back here.
one.
Maybe not.
I got the Ryan.
Okay, no,
Yeah,
I just
they're
double
out of that
fragged.
pretty early.
Okay. But that's like their whole team pretty much died at this point anyway, so they were all low.
Discord.
If you can kill the Winston, you can res me.
But I don't know. Calhoun's just fragging out right
Come on,
now.
Winston.
As
He
per
just
usual.
jumped off.
Yeah.
Bye bye, monkey.
Law did a really good job of tracking there on
Okay,
his
I almost
on
have
the
bomb.
jump down.
They
Coming back from sun.
Where is Blah
might
right
have
now?
Nano
Okay,
soon.
he's over there.
she was getting a lot of healing output out. So that's the
Yeah.
key here. If we can kill the Ana in this comp, and that should be our dive target, this should be an easy win.
I think the nano
It was an easy win.
They could nano any of the tanks, honestly.
Yeah. Probably
I think
Zarya
Winston's got
or
Discord.
I just
They should be
Where
nanoing.
was that Tracer?
the Tracer was in the doorway with everybody else.
Oh, you just got a lucky
God.
helix?
So here's what happens right there. I get off
They could nano any of the tanks, honestly.
probably
Yeah.
3 or 4
Yeah.
bullets.
She's here, I think.
Yeah, because I think I landed a couple balls there too, because my
Probably
perspective to my
Zarya
right
or-
too.
I
Just
just
Yep.
gets one shot
Tracer.
by a damage boosted
Nice.
helix.
I
Damn,
The balls
dude.
you hit must
I'm
hit
gonna-
Reinhardt.
Yeah.
If you
Oh,
watch
okay.
her health bar.
Nah,
Oh yeah, you're right.
So
You're right.
did we want I-beams down on the point like that?
no.
I-beams is out of position right now.
I don't know
Yeah.
why he's there.
Go, I'm doing something.
Is he dancing?
Well, here, keep watching. We'll see what he does.
There, let's go back a little bit. So
Yeah,
he comes back from being dead.
Oh, he was dead.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably
I think
Zarya
Winston's
or
got Discord.
I just
But then I saw they were going tunnels, and I.
Oh, I know. He's gonna
Jump.
pincer them behind.
Okay, well, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's find out.
Winston. Nice.
Yeah.
It's a
I see it.
mystery.
I'm gonna go
They're
in
in here
behind.
Yep.
again?
Oh, he is.
I don't have
Nice.
sight
Right.
there. There it is.
Motherfuckers.
Okay, someone's got. Ryan's got Discord.
Oh,
you
Mercy's
got bubble.
I chased the Ana because I saw her.
They have no Ana?
Jesus Christ.
I have two
Michael,
supports
Michael,
on the
Ryan.
same
He's
side.
got Discord.
Fucking
Well,
lol.
I was thinking
Fucking
that entire-
lol, dude.
While I was watching that, I was thinking, dude, if you had actually jumped, that could have been awesome.
I think
Oh
If you
my
had
god!
jumped
No,
and made
sorry.
it.
I
I'm, like,
think
behind
Madka's
something.
bad like 3 times in this scrim killed himself on charges. Like not even like getting like shot in the process, like straight up he went off the map trying
Yeah,
to
he
charge
did.
people.
A few times.
Yeah.
He's got to work on that.
We
Zarya
punished his
on
charge
me?
numbers time.
Yeah.
There goes
Got
Zarya.
One thing I think we did really
So
well
it's like-
was that we started punishing people who came into our space by accident. We were much better at getting those free kills versus where I think before in other scrims
You
and
just
other
let them
stuff
walk
we
out.
we let them sit there, and especially if they were tanks, we just let them create the space and open us up and spread us out, and we just fell apart.
Yeah,
So-
I think me and iBeams did a good job of playing relatively aggressive today. I don't know why, but like I was clicking with both the tanks today and the other day, and like we were just pushing in everywhere.
Who's that dude right under Hanzork?
Right under Hanzork, I think is Baby Diva. I'm pretty sure that's Baby Diva.
Winston's going to Mega.
Are you upset with this camera stuff?
No, this is fine.
Okay.
Let's be honest. Camera work in professional Overwatch are done by some very, very talented people.
Oh, yeah.
I disagree. Honestly, the first person views I think are a waste, but we won't get into that talk now.
Yeah, okay, that's here over there.
It's so hard to make a good transition into different spaces.
Nah.
Like,
don't worry about it.
So what the fuck are they doing right now? Are they pulling out or not?
He's on the stairs.
Tracer's coming back. Well, Tracer's coming back.
Yeah. Lucio's running. Okay, so they are pulling out.
They were trying to pull out.
He was
Yeah. But they should have pulled out like
Nice.
a while ago.
Who died? Who died on your team? Because someone was respawning.
Who died on our team?
Yeah, you know what I would have done? I would have went to your spawn because it was a 3v1 at that point and just killed I-beams again.
Oh, there was a part.
Oh,
where...
if you were the tracer, you're saying?
No, if I were the three people, like, do you see the three red the
1, 2, 3.
2? Yeah,
Yeah.
I would. Okay, apart from the Zarya who would have died, I would have 2v1 the monkey.
Scored.
Right? I was coming back because there's
Well,
no
I think at this point it's a Lucio and Winston, so that's not like an easy thing to know. Now with the tracer, I'd say take it.
So it's like,
But they have, yeah.
But there's no way.
I agree with that. That's probably what they should have done.
But it's so hard to
generally
make that
speaking,
judgment call in
It
game.
really is, especially when there's a Genji right in your face.
Okay, but you can like look at it this way. You have 3 people here. You're gonna feed them what? 600, 800, 9, almost 1,000 ult charge, right?
Mhm.
But like, there's no way you're gonna be able to 3v5 their team. Why not 3v1 the guy that died? Because that's literally a better call.
I agree with you, but what I'm saying is it's very hard to make that call in the moment. It's so hard to like so. Maybe if you're in like Diamond or Masters, like high Diamond to Masters, and you have that level of game sense where you're tracking respawn times, I'd say yes. But like, dude, I have no sense of when someone's getting back from a fight.
There's also a problem with that. If they go 3v1 on me, and we're also making aggressive calls, die.
Oh
but
yeah, their team's at a disadvantage. But look,
behind them, cut them off, and it's a 5v3, and they die.
okay, no, look at it this way. So here's not the not difficult judgment call. You're 3v their entire team on the point. They have full health from like a fight they just won. They potentially have ults to wipe you again, because it wouldn't actually be a bad idea to trade one ult to wipe 3 people, and then so it's a 3v5 on like trying to get back. There's a really high chance you're not going to be able to make it back, considering both their DPS are there, their Mercy's there, and a high damage. Well, okay, so they could think that your Diva's in neck again. So that's really high damage for them to try to retreat back through the choke, which isn't going to happen. There's no way you guys are going to let them like walk back, which you don't. Instead, even if you don't go after the Winston, it could be like the Horizon go left strategy. You just cut off the Winston from his team. He can't do anything while you're just waiting for your respawns to come back. You don't actually have to kill him, because if I-Beam saw the 3 people there, he wouldn't be able to go back to the team. Right?
Plus, I thought you guys were going to collapse on him.
Well, we end up deleting this Winston anyway.
Yeah, because they make the wrong call and they try to back out.
Gotcha. Okay, I see what you mean now.
Okay,
so I see. So like kind of instead
in
of
a different
backing out,
situation. Okay.
yeah.
It's like if you were the tracer in that situation, like pretend the other 2 teammates aren't there, and you're the last person there. You're the tracer in this situation. You either have the choice of 1v5ing their team, like trying to get out 1v5, but because that's a tracer, you can actually do it. Or you can go for an easy 1v1 on a monkey. I would always choose to 1v1 the monkey.
Okay.
But, like try to peel someone, force a peel from someone on the point to make it easier for the team that's engaging.
So that's all like good and easy to say now, but like, and that's good for us to know in the future and like to communicate to whoever our tracer ends up being. But I mean, this is a team that's played together for like a week, right? They're not gonna even think to make that call. They just know right now it's a 5v3. They need to get the fuck out, right? And honestly, it's not a bad idea because they're about to have every single ult online. Like, honestly, even if they lose the monkey, which they do, and lose 10 seconds off of that, they're still going to be basically coming in for a fight at the 2-minute mark with every single ult online. That's not a bad place to be by any means.
That is also true.
Just throwing it out there.
He's on the stairs.
Sorry, I just like spawn
going
camping.
right.
Like, that's
Except
what
now they
Ragnarok
only
does.
have 5 ults coming online because
Wait,
what the
what?
actual fuck are they doing? What the fuck?
Wow.
You
I
have
didn't notice that.
your
They
only ult.
dumped Shatter.
Your only ult online is Shatter with a nano coming up, and you switch
fuck.
off of Rhine. What the fuck?
And they don't have anything. Like, you guys don't have anything that can stop the shadow apart from spreading out.
Yep. And
You're actually
they,
doing really well.
yeah, and they. Well, that's just because of how we run Volskaya anyway, right? As we do that like split comp thing. But they're also running this tank combo now, which honestly, like, it can work situationally, but usually it's just going to end up with your Winston getting hung out to dry and dying every time. I really question their their composition calling.
Me and you there.
Straight
Their
up.
tank combo works really well in solo queue, though.
Works well with what?
Works well in ladder.
It does work well on ladder, that's true. But
That's
in
probably what they're going
scrims,
for.
I don't know. I'm going to stop talking so much about them because I don't think we make
Yeah,
some of
we should
these
talk about
mistakes.
us.
Sorry.
You have no diva match.
It's easier to see their mistakes,
What's that?
honestly.
57.
Okay.
60.
You should get that. If you ended just shooting
Yeah.
down the hallway, you should be able to get
Yep.
some of that.
So
They're
they're
going
going
tunnels again?
tunnels again.
Yep.
Why the fuck do they keep going this way?
Don't know.
Because they
Because it's a scrim and they're practicing.
I guess, but it's like part of scrims is
They switched off Winston.
trying different things.
Just
Oh,
find
did
someone
they?
else.
And look, if they go,
Oh my
if they
God.
go main, you guys. Oh no, it's a smart idea because look, they don't want to give you high ground. You guys have a soldier and a Zen on high ground. They don't want to do that. They want to contest the high ground and force you guys off of that.
Mm-hmm.
They're just
And
not
if-
contesting it correctly.
If they go in the main ground, they're literally going to get killed by a soldier.
But what I think they should have done is gone around far left.
Which they do the last fight, and they have
They
slightly better
do,
success
yeah.
rate.
Until I fuck up their
Tracer's
Reinhardt's
up
day.
ahead.
But yeah, so they switched. They had a Reinhardt with Shatter that they switched to a Reaper, and then they had a Winston that was close to Primal that switched to the Reinhardt. Like, what the fuck? I look at that and I'm just like, what the actual
back
fuck
in
are they
there.
doing?
They have a Reaper now. They lost the Winston. They went Reaper.
And you called it the more
Oh.
sensible thing, which is that they lost.
They
on
engaged
Went
in
Reaper,
the
which
5v6.
They
that's
no Ana?
what they did.
Yeah, look, their Reinhardt was just coming back. Their Reinhardt was just walking from spawn.
What the?
They didn't
That's
do
a
it.
weird engage. That's a
Right,
really
Reaper,
strange choice.
Reaper?
Because
now
he's
Reinhardt's
he's
out of
doing
position.
nothing right now, and I think we
Yeah.
just like leave him because
Hey, we
he
can't
is
see
doing
that.
nothing.
Heads up.
Well,
Yeah, why did Hunzork go down there? That's what I want to know.
I think she was trying to chase me because I was about half health at this point.
We can't see
Hold
that.
on, I'm looking
Oh
at it.
god!
Position.
Oh god! Even I know that's a bad idea.
Wait, what? Did I just
Yeah,
get popped out of
goes.
mech?
This is
No,
You flew
super.
away.
Yeah, but I go watch my health bar.
Diana didn't get the.
Ryan's discorded.
I get
Reaper,
insta popped
Reaper?
out of mech.
We can't see that. Just heads up.
Holy shit!
Oh, you do. Never mind then.
That must have been where was I?
Pulse bomb, pulse bomb. Look at Tracer's pulse.
Yeah,
Hey,
that was
Reaper,
close
Reaper?
one.
We can't see that. Just heads up.
No,
No,
Yep.
Pulse Bomb didn't go yet. Now it goes.
there it is. Pulse bomb
Yeah,
got the
she's
Try and
mercy.
kill Zork.
I think I got.
No, she hit the mercy, but the Reaper killed it before the pulse bomb went off. I think. We can't see that. Just heads up.
Either way.
Oh
Yeah.
no! You know what it is?
I
I
thought-
bombed. No, I bombed. I'm just an idiot.
Oh, okay.
I threw out the worst bomb of my life in here for
Yep,
no
there it is.
reason
Okay.
and
Oh.
killed my
I
mercy
still
for
think
it.
Zork made a huge mistake. Trying
Yes,
to go down there.
that was a
Zarya,
huge
Zarya?
mistake.
That was like the one
all
complaint
of
that
them?
I saw right
That's
away.
it.
I'm-
Nah.
me and Block just fragged out.
That's fine.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let's use Blade this fight.
Yeah.
Let's
so
use
Where's my mercy? Where's
Transcendence.
my mercy?
Let's try not to use Valk unless we have.
This is mindless spectating, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say because I was watching a Zork game.
Yeah.
We absolutely need it.
gonna try
Who's
to-
long spawn? Here.
So
Mercy,
good,
Mercy.
good reaction.
Mana
Now watch you go
Beast
back.
can come up.
What was that?
I mean, we called him off it, but Mana's first instinct was like go down below bridge to get the mercy back.
That would have
Mhm.
been the correct call.
Well, Squid was already there. I think is what.
Yeah.
We called it off because Squid was closer, and I think
Nah. I don't.
Yeah.
I think it's okay just because I'm already out here anyway. Literally, all I had to do is pop back. I know that they're not
That without
engaging yet,
waiting.
and we have other people
Yeah.
scouting anyway. So it's okay.
I mean, without like he went in
They're coming.
like on instinct on that. That was
So
just
you
a
guys
good
actually
instinct.
remembered the Mercy. Okay, that's
Yeah,
what we were
yeah.
about.
Yeah.
Well, I was
Yeah.
looking around and I only saw 4 other people, and I'm like, okay, who's long spawn? And then someone was like, oh, it's Mercy, and I was like, okay, I know to peek for Mercy because she can get back in the fight much quicker that way. If it was like Calhoun, I can't do shit for Calhoun if he gets shit spawns.
No one can do shit for me.
Exactly. You're a slow Omnic motherfucker.
I'm hopping over to that.
Okay, so now they're going to the.
Yep.
Oh yeah, and you guys are moving in.
And we
Yeah, so
all
here's-
rotate over, which is huge.
And
Right?
here's the time I wanted Blah to come with me.
Wait, Blah, why are you going
Okay, they are.
inside? What the fuck?
I
Okay,
think
that's actually
this is a
decent.
smart rotation
Yeah, but I think originally he should have rotated with me. But
around
that's a
here.
good secondary rotation, I guess.
Where did
Yeah,
is
Blah's rotation-
Calhoun back here right now?
Yes, I'm back
Okay.
there.
Yeah.
Blah's rotation is good for their comp because they don't have a Winston Diva to dive him there. But if like it was against an actual Winston Diva meta comp,
Yep.
is the correct call would be to follow.
They
Calhoun
have
back.
no long range to deal with Calhoun, with the exception of like some lucky shuriken and like if Anna's trying to quick scope him, which I doubt is happening.
Reapers one.
I get pushed off here by
Hold on, I just noticed something too. They didn't go in as a team.
1, 2, 3,
Wow.
4, 5, 6. Yeah, this
There's
is just a discipline
so-
thing that they have to work
My
on.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little. Actually, no. Excuse me. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh my
It's
God.
literally just
It's 'cause
Ryan.
just charges everywhere.
Yeah, it's literally just Ryan and Reaper right now,
They're both
and no one else.
Ebok
a good
101
ride.
and Matt his dad were both just not very good tanks.
I believe that's why. Hold on, I believe that's why I actually rotated into the room initially. Was very much like I didn't see everybody.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I didn't
okay.
suddenly kind of get scared to do that. So it's like, all right, I'm going to go in here and just, shoot a little bit of maybe delay him a little bit, anything like that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Give him a little bit of charge, whatever.
So I get pushed off here by someone. Is it something with Genji's deflect?
Winston.
They don't
I mean,
have
no, sorry,
Winston.
Lucio, he booped you.
Oh, okay. But I actually make what at least I think is a really huge play here. Watch me when I come back up. By
Oh shit!
yeah,
Big.
Bad.
That was
yeah.
I can't. This is like not loading for me at all. I
Really?
have no idea what happened.
So
Yeah,
basically,
I had the problem for a while too.
try to just like hit refresh a couple times. Basically, what happened is when they
Loaded. Free. It's just like a slideshow.
Or like kill.
well, I keep
oh,
like stopping it and starting it again.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
So
It takes a second for my thing to start buffering.
Yeah.
okay, here let me
So then I lose whatever we're immediately doing.
let me rewind to here. Maybe
You
actually
could
I need
Twitch
to go
stream
back.
this if Squid.
There's too much delay.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Okay, let's just keep
there
doing
is
this.
too much delay.
Hopefully it'll start
Um,
working.
Here they are.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to leave it running for a sec for I-beams. Let me know if it starts to work for you.
Reapers
Yep.
one.
So you get booped.
That,
Would
Knock
give
him
the
off,
time
I
that's
pushed
to-
Ryan off.
so yeah. So anyway, yeah, that was one of those little things where I did that to myself, and I was like, maybe I can be a good player one day.
I would compliment that if I weren't like watching Mana.
Yeah, I think you actually did say something in here anyway. I end up so I end up getting abandoned up here and get popped out of mech by the Reaper. Actually, an I-beams dies too,
There he goes.
and they just kind of pop. They ult Fiesta here.
He only Valkyr.
And then you guys, yeah.
So
Call
Okay,
for
so-
Val.
I pop. Well, okay, so I pop trance immediately when I see Mana Hull Blade. That was just an immediate reaction.
That
Yeah.
was the right reaction.
I don't dislike it, and I also think there's value sometimes in using trance in order to help your Mercy get the reses without dying, right?
Yeah, mine wasn't for the Mercy because there's other times where I did in our matches, but this was all for Mana Locked.
If you look at
This was a trans blade.
yeah,
That
if
was the call, right?
I don't
Did
know,
not-
I don't think
No, it
that
wasn't
was
a
the
call.
call.
That was my own. That was my
I think
own personal
just
reaction.
Blade was the
reaction.
call.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna knock you for discretion here because I think you use the right discretion. And when you look
Yeah,
at Mercy counters in the area right now, right? There's a Reaper about. There was a Genji about until
I killed him.
until Block killed him, right? There's
Yeah.
a moderately charged Zarya, right? Like, there are all these people that could be threats to Mercy as she tries to come into res. I really don't think it was a bad thing that she did.
I think it was a bad idea to have both support ults.
We also
No.
it's also 30 seconds.
It's last fight. It doesn't fucking matter.
That
Last
Valk
fight,
was
and
bad.
also there's
That Valk
There's
wasn't
enough-
bad. We lost
No.
point one without that Valk. Straight up.
No, you would have transbladed, killed the Ana, killed whoever, that's both supports down. The fight's done.
Yeah,
The
so
Valk was
you notice their Zarya goes down before pretty much anybody that was res is really back and able to do anything.
No
So
In theory,
it's-
I think that they could have, if they had done it right, they could have stalled it for come in and try and stall it, and then I would have vowed, and then it would have just been a different sort of cleanup. Looking at what is how far away those other people are now, I think that you're right. It doesn't matter. I don't think we would have won or lost the fight, because if he had kept Valk, we'd be like down one in theory. But
all they did was stagger into the point, though.
So
I know,
so
but then
Like that.
you could res 2 that would be immediate. That could be immediate help plus damage boost and heal.
let me put it this way. Right? Against this team it didn't matter. Against a better, more coordinated team, I think there is no problem in popping Valk there, especially when you see both our main tanks go down in the last 20 seconds of a first point hold. You take that risk. Honestly, I say you take that risk.
Especially with
It
such
didn't
little
matter
time
this
left on the
game, but it
clock.
could have mattered a different game. And
Okay.
that's
Well,
Yes.
Another way to look at this, like, okay, maybe this was a much better team, and now we're down. Now we can only do one res because we're not using the Valk, so we pick one tank, and now we have only 5 of us here, right? What happens at this point is they're going to stagger back onto the point just like they did, and even if there's only 5 of us, we still have the numbers advantage every time when they come and stagger back on, such that by the time our 6th gets back, we're still going to be at a numbers advantage unless some lucky picks come here or there. So I really don't think there's necessarily a best choice in this case.
Okay,
I think it's not a bad choice to Valk, but it could go either way.
here's my rationale for why that Valk was horrible. You guys just transplanted, that's 2 ults used already. You guys don't have Visor, you don't have any ults coming up except for Diva ult. You're approaching the last fight. They have both tank ults. They probably have Genji ult. So what are you going to do to counter that? You have nothing to counter it. You're going to lose the next fight.
But they're not going to get onto point in time.
Okay, but this is them being shit. Let's pretend they're not shit. Let's pretend you're facing a confident team who realizes they have three ults, and let's pretend you didn't use Valk. The only thing that would be a threat to them would be the Valking Mercy, right? But they don't have anything to deal with the Valking Mercy unless Genji pulls off some insane stunt, climbs up like the lamp, and then kills them.
Honestly, looking at what ults they have online, if they use them the right way, it doesn't fucking matter if we have Valk. They win the fight either way. If they play the ults right, if you have a Grav and then a Shatter to follow it up with like a nano boosted Rhine, you can't use Valk to counter both of those. You're gonna lose that fight if you have Valk or if you don't.
Yeah.
Straight up.
But that would require them hitting all
Nice
of
dash.
those ults, and I would think that we would, in theory,
Yeah, but
be
when you
prepared
have-
to
No,
not
that's
get
like
hit
not
on
hard.
everybody.
It's really
Those are not
no.
hard
no.
ults to hit, especially since we're not set up on high ground.
The hardest thing to land.
Yeah. So
What?
none of us were set up on high ground. Even after this whole thing kind of blew over and they were making it back to point, there were not very many of us on high ground. I mean, I know,
Yep.
I think I was, and I honestly don't remember who else was. And we can see that here in a second. But they can come in with the Grav, just do whatever damage they want,
Yep.
and then immediately shatter with a nano boosted
Yeah.
Rhine, and that Rhine's going to hit literally everybody, and everyone's going to be dead in 3
Or
seconds.
or if the Zarya's patient, she just hits a Grav with the Mercy in it and it doesn't fucking matter.
Okay, but
Yeah.
here's my rationale.
Then you
Okay.
have it for next fight.
I overstated how horrible the Valk was. I'm just saying it wasn't necessary. You killed both their supports. Their push is already
Yes.
over.
Yeah,
It
Maybe.
no, you're
was
right. It wasn't.
preferred.
It was not necessary.
But
Especially
I
because
would
he missed,
prefer if it
especially
wasn't
because he
used.
missed the.
All right, we're getting real
red
stuck.
one.
We're getting really
No,
stuck
no,
in
no.
the weeds on this issue too.
but
Just to point that out.
but I will throw it out there, right? iBeams made the call and she followed it up. right?
Okay.
It wasn't
Okay,
a discretion thing on her part. Ibeam said Valk.
This is Zork. It's Zork.
Or
Yeah.
Zork,
This
rather,
is part
right?
This is part of listening to your shot callers.
Yep.
And
Even
I'm
when the
all for
call is
that.
wrong. Even
Yeah.
when the call is wrong, because they can improve the quality of their calls in the future,
Okay,
right?
so for the shot caller, and that was a bad call because you guys are both really mobile tanks. You can get back to the point in less than 10
Whatever.
seconds.
Yeah.
No, don't
I
say
was
whatever.
thinking last
So
fight,
this isn't a. These
Sorry,
are the kind of
wrong word.
important things that I want to talk about with I-beams and with Jaeger, because I think improving those things will drastically improve our team play, right? Improving the targets that you call and the shot calls that you make will make us far better at this point than doing like other adjustments, honestly. And that's been a big problem for us, is the calls, right? So we're finally at the point where we're starting to gel on them. So now if we can get to the point where we're making the right call like 90% of the time, then we're going to win fights like more consistently. If it takes us 10 minutes to talk about 5 seconds of video, let's fucking do it, because it's going to make us better.
A better call might have been to just let the Mercy res one of the tanks. Just one of them would have been enough.
Yeah,
Because
I-
if
And
you
I-
didn't have all five.
I think so. It was a twofold decision, twofold reasoning for why I made the call. Looking back at this, A, it was the last fight.
Mhm.
I won it. And B, I was what am I trying to say? Because I was dead. So I was trying to cycle through viewpoints, and I think I just thought it was closer than it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will say one thing though, right? So I-beams made this call, but Zork hesitated for a moment, and what ended up happening is that I-beams ended up respawning before Zork got on her. If you watch, I-beams makes the call to res me and Squid, and like a second later he respawns, right? So what ends up happening is Zork just reses me in the middle of a trance. And actually, Zork's being really smart right now because he sees that Reaper is still ulting here, and he shouldn't go in and try to res me because he'll die. Now we get a trance in. That for Zork means that it's safe. Honestly, even if he didn't pop Falc, he's safe to come res me at this point.
Exactly.
And Genji also dies at the exact same time.
Yeah. I will say one other thing. Calhoun, if you're ever in that point where you're trancing and I get res specifically as Diva, try to keep me in, because that gives me the safety to get back in mech and be about 50 million times more effective. Just something that I thought about as it happened, right? So we used Valk here and we didn't need it. I don't think it's the end of the world. What was that?
I think the situation,
Shoot
also the
DPS
situation
at a
changed
Diva
very
shooting.
drastically in the 2 seconds between me making the call and
Yeah.
the trance going
And
on.
it's especially when you're dead, it's hard to make that call. Even if you're spectating someone else, it's hard to know exactly what's going on when you're watching someone else's
Because
feed.
you're thinking, if I were alive, I could be useful in this situation.
Yes. Yep.
Also, there's like a solid 2 seconds probably where you don't see anything. This game game moves in seconds.
Yep.
That's if you don't know exactly what's happening in those 2 seconds, and you pop in, you can see one thing and have no idea what's going on.
The alt holding might just be like my own philosophy, because when I'm soldier, I always make sure I have tac visor for the final fight.
Mm-hmm.
Because I just want to seal it.
Yeah, and I think I make in other rounds, you guys will actually hear me call use trance this fight if we need it, but we're a minute in, save Valk for final fight. I think on Horizon, you guys will hear me make that call because I'm starting to think about that on that level, right?
I oftentimes will hold on to Valk just for the final fight because team damage boost, those strong plus heals and
plus the
res.
2 reses is just fucking broken. Like, it's ridiculous. I mean,
you can
generally
still do the
speaking-
same thing later, it just won't be quite
Yeah.
as
Generally speaking, as soldier, I do my best to not hold on to tac visor. So
whatever. I'm not going to get into the philosophy of using DPS ults right now. What I do want to ask you guys is, do you think I-beams makes the right call to dive in here and waste time?
No, okay.
You know that their Ryan has the mobility to just get on point either way, even though we'll probably punish him when he charges in.
well, but yeah. So the Rhine, so for a second, I think it probably was, and the reason is we know that Ryan's going to make that charge to get on point.
But if you can
because he
harass
has
the
to.
rest
he
of the
doesn't have
team,
a choice, right?
Yeah.
So he has to separate himself. If I-beams dives right there, he puts pressure on the Mercy and takes attention away from the Reinhardt, who the Mercy should just be following.
okay. So you just play Chaos Monkey at that point, basically, and try to keep them from all engaging a 6. That's fine.
They were running a very slow comp in general.
Do you get pinned?
Like the only thing that was going to get past me was a Genji.
Yeah.
Please tell me you get pinned.
I don't think I get pinned. I don't get pinned.
Let's let
Suck
it play
it.
through here.
Yeah,
so we
yeah,
can
yeah.
Get past this buffering issue.
Sorry.
He's discorded.
Going out for Mercy.
That
Discorded.
that Mercy threw.
I've ever seen
That Mercy threw that fight.
So
Just shoot the
yeah, the Mercy there was just trying to.
Slow. Reaper's gonna get discord when he's
She
out.
was
right
hoping
now?
that you guys fuck up. If you guys
Yeah.
somehow got to res the Rhine and stay alive,
Why am I
that would have turned out very different.
She was trying to overcompensate for the mistake she made letting go of the Reinhardt during his charge, and that
Maybe.
mistake was caused by I-beams.
Maybe. And again, it's so hard to make judgment calls in the last 5 seconds when you're in OT.
I
Oh,
think
it absolutely is.
But I
I
think,
think the instinct that I was following is that they weren't very coordinated. I could see, I
Mhm.
could sense that, and when a team is not very coordinated,
yeah, no, I think you
We'll
made
know
the
that.
right call on it. I'm calling out their Mercy more than anything. I think she could have gone up here and sat there and kind of waited it out and waited until it was safe to res that Rhine.
How
And that
about
would have
she
put them in a
can't
very
get up
different
onto the
place.
hut? She
Yeah,
just
we could
got
have-
no one to fly up to.
What was that about
Wait,
not being
she
able to get up
valked.
on the hut?
Oh,
Excuse
yeah,
you?
Valk.
No, she
That
didn't
makes
Valk.
What? How?
That's not Valk.
Okay.
She just shift jumped. She just used the momentum jump.
Oh,
That's
She
all.
was really
That's
high
it.
jump. That's nuts.
Yeah. But she could have very easily sat up there and waited for the time to be right.
I-beams is already doing.
That's
I-beams is
true.
already, like, get the fuck off
Discorded.
the hut.
Okay, but like, there's no right time for her. Like,
I
we have-
guess. I don't know.
There's no way they can win this fight.
Just shoot the river.
I
I
don't
was
know.
already telling, like, on
She's low.
monologues
Reaper's gonna get discord when
perspective,
he's
just
out.
dash
Right now?
through everyone. Everyone's gonna die.
Yep.
Honest Dev?
Got him. Wait,
Why am I dropping
Reaper.
frames? What the fuck?
There we go.
Yeah, I was like dropping frames in the middle of this fight, and I have no idea why. No idea why. But
Level or just
I'm gonna go fucking go
and
to the
how to
washroom.
work together yet, right?
it's not a
literally
washroom.
had-
Shut
That
the
was
fuck
passed
up.
by the
It's
game.
a bathroom.
Under.
It's a restroom. Thank you very much.
When they
I don't
go
sleep
right
in
side,
there.
would you come
Wait,
over
okay,
with
no,
me because like you're more
apart from that
effective
one
from
side.
across anyway. You don't want to be in the middle of the team fight.
Left the way they went in that last fight.
Okay,
for dudes, we're all just gonna die.
so they're
at once.
throwing again. They're not set up on high ground. The end.
Yeah.
Once Blah's in position,
Well, they're
and
soldiers.
then just
I'll
they
call-
can't
I'll call the
shoot
dive
all of us
timing.
at
Well, they're
We,
okay. So he's on high ground, but he's on the wrong high
Can we go
ground.
back and just run this through? Can we run
Yeah.
through the fights and then go back and pause?
Sure,
We're
sure.
all just gonna dive it at once.
They're
I'm
throwing.
not.
Once,
I can't see
once
anything.
Blah's in position.
Sorry,
and
I
then
don't-
they can't
I'll call the
shoot
dive
all of us at
timing.
once.
I don't know what to tell you on that. Here,
Actually,
can,
why aren't it
can you
just
try
fucking
chart? Can you try changing the quality and see if that fixes it?
Okay. We're all gonna go
Maybe.
short left.
Drop
Not
to
It
480.
didn't fix it for me, so yeah.
Okay, I'm
But like, what the fuck is this setup?
Nice.
Either
It's
choke
it's
up
a
here.
competitive ladder setup. It's just a choke setup.
Yeah, that's true.
Bunch of block for this
He's
thing.
discorded.
Their Roadhog's kind of throwing. He's out of position.
Roadhog right
I
when we
had
walk
no
out here.
DM for a sec.
Oh no, he backed up.
I've been trying to communicate more to my Winston when I'm not ready to dive.
And, try and
Yep.
get some poking.
Watch, they're gonna try to hook someone off. Hog no
Reinhardt.
hook.
We got lucky that we didn't get pushed off there.
Healing?
I'm
Alright,
not
we're
even
You still can't see anything.
before the round starts.
Was that?
I'm stuck at 2 seconds before the round starts.
What the fuck, dude?
Just refresh the page at this point, I guess.
Yeah,
Or like try lowering the quality.
yeah.
Into 480 from 720.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
Rip.
bullshit.
Seconds out.
Well, you know what? I'm gonna post the recording of this. So if you want to view that later, I'm gonna talk about some notes for you in here, and then if you want to go back and watch it with the live video, you can.
No DM for a sec.
My big thing for you is going to be on this push. So we come up onto the high ground, and you kind of take time setting up here, trying to scout out something. which is okay, but you take a lot of poke damage in that time, right? If you're Winston, what we really should be doing is you should be kind of hiding inside behind a corner somewhere and letting someone else scout, and then you come out when it's time to dive, right?
You did that 3-2-1 thing again, I-beams.
The other thing is that you didn't actually specify who we were diving. You said we're diving their backline. You need to actually call it, and literally I was like, at that point, I think I even said, I was like, who are you talking about? And then you started the countdown, and I was like, okay, I'm just going to follow him wherever he goes. Just call the target's name, and that will put me in a much better place to be able to help you.
I wasn't actually sure. That was part of the reason. I could see some vulnerabilities, and I just wanted to go in and pick off who we could.
Okay. What did you say, Yandere?
I just want to get. You guys already killed their Mercy. What the fuck?
Because we dove the Mercy and we hit the right buttons at the right time. Plus micro missiles. Yeah.
So the entire time that they were fucking around on the high ground, I was basically putting pressure on their entire backline as far because they had nothing to. Yes, they have a soldier, but where the fuck was he?
He's in a bad position. That's why you were on the other side.
Exactly. Yep. So I'm putting pressure on their backline, doing damage to them, and then I-beams dives their backline, and Mercy's already low at this point, so she dies immediately.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
No Mercy. No Junkrat.
And you got a lot of the junk too, and then it's just calling here.
And I just body that soldier.
Yep. Dude, he did not deal with you effectively like once tonight.
Moira?
Hog is so freaking annoying to kill. Sometimes.
No, you just have to focus him as a team. That's it.
I can't wait to show you.
Well, dude, I can't wait to watch Horizon after this, where I have where I contested for like 20 seconds, and you were like, "Do we go in or no?" Like, and I was like, "No, I'm just gonna stall as long as I can," and then I survived forever. You're like, "What the fuck is going on?" And I was like, "I'm a hog with a mercy pocket. I can't die."
I was watching Calhoun's perspective of that fight, and it was like, yeah, it was pretty fucking funny.
Good call, Squid. You knew it.
Nah.
Holy shit, that direct.
Bam.
Yeah.
900 IQ concussion.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you. I guess I-beams can't see this right now, but I get hooked in here. I don't have DM, and I-beams dives on the Reinhardt without me. Just seemed like a strange choice.
Call targets. Call targets.
Get the Reinhardt.
Break shield. Break shield. Nice.
Holy.
All right, get the Roadhog.
We got lucky on the barrage there. And then this is just cleanup again.
Mercy's one. I'm DMing this hog. Shoot him.
That just that fight wasn't even fair. Once we picked the soldier, it was game over, dude.
I mean, you guys had ult advantage.
Yeah.
And Mana actually used Blade to kill Mercy.
Yep.
There's nothing they could have done.
Yep.
Question. When they're going like high mobility positions.
Like high mobility, like
I-beams, you're cutting out.
Yeah.
Just when regular talking, so I think you might have a connection issue. Period.
Yeah.
I see the green.
I almost certainly do.
Yeah.
Who do you dive?
Okay, we heard.
Okay, so let's. So the question is, so are you saying against their current comp, or against like a highly mobile comp? Because their current comp at this point is Ryan, Hog, Moira, Soldier, Junkrat, Mercy.
You'd want to dive the Soldier or the Ryan here, right?
Yes.
I would say the Soldier or the Ryan, or like maybe Junkrat.
Not Junkrat, because he'll just knock you away.
Don't think he's got an extra mind.
He'll knock you and him away.
So Soldier was already dead, and you dove the Rhine, so it was good target priority, but the timing was strange because I had just gotten hooked away from you guys, so I couldn't follow you up on the dive. Now it's Rhine, so he's a little bit less threatening against you specifically, and you had a bubble, so it's not the worst case, but I would... Like that when that happened, that just struck me as a little bit like, okay, you could have waited another second or two and we could have been a little bit more effective in that.
You could have, but I have a feeling it's, you mentally commit to a decision and you might press the button a little bit afterwards, but you don't really notice what's going on because you're so concentrated on making sure you.
That's true. That's true.
So that's, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you got
I did not notice that you weren't in a good position to back me up.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're really good at it.
Yep. So does everyone see a new video now?
Yeah.
Corn eaten. Yeah.
Corn eaten. Okay, so I don't need to run through the full Volskaya 0.2 defense. I do want to talk about positioning and setup on this, though.
I do too. Okay.
So
I don't know where
so from what I understand, how you set up with this comp, how we're running it with the soldier dive, is soldier and Zenyatta are on the high ground in the back behind point, and then your tanks, your dive tanks, and probably your Genji as well are on the high ground at the front left window, and maybe Mercy too, or is Mercy with the soldier?
I would put Mercy there as well, because then if anything happens, you can just fly to Mercy or Zen.
What I might do is I might stand on that little platform.
The one right here?
Yeah, right there. That's probably where
I feel like you're liable to maybe get shot by something stray there, though. That's the only thing that worries me about it.
Perhaps then I have immediate wall, or I fly to you guys, or I fly back, or something. I feel like it's an easier position than trying to float around next to the giant
That's
thing.
usually where I go.
Have that pylon that blocks sight.
What was that?
If he takes the platform on the other side,
the beams won't reach.
Pylon that blocks line of sight, because he's not going to be able to heal from either of those platforms immediately. He has to GA in.
I think you can if you're kind of hiding behind the corner on the left one.
Yeah. You can
Maybe. I don't know.
heal.
But so the appropriate way to run dive on this point is your dive tanks and your Genji are on this top left. And I literally, I only know this because I just watched Jane do a picture and talk about it for an hour the other day on stream. But your dive tanks are on this high ground, and what you do is you just let them fucking walk in main or walk in left, and your dive tanks and your Genji literally just plop down on their healers in the back, right? So you can engage their supports. In this case, they're Ana, right? Actually, they haven't even changed team comps yet, but I'll get to that in a sec. They're still running the bullshit because we weren't doing anything. But you can fall basically on their Ana, take her out without using any of your mobility tools, and then you can use the mobility tools to come in and join the fight on main.
Yep.
That's
okay. So one thing I want to note here is for me, my positioning, you guys need to be aware on what half of the platform you're on, because as soon as you start moving a little bit left on that platform, I lose all sight line, and that means Harmony gets cut off. That means Discords get cut off, and it's right my Discord range is that window, a little farther in. So it's hard for me to land consistent Discord sometimes. Besides me just spamming them.
Yeah.
Always there, because that's right where that 30-meter range is.
Yeah. So what ends up kind of happening here, if they're also running dive, is you end up having a bit of a posturing match on here, not unlike the high ground on Dorado's second point, which is something I want to talk about whenever we go over that as well, right? You end up kind of having a posturing match, and we might rotate behind the big pillar here a little bit, just for the sake of maybe hiding a little bit from some projectile, from some burst damage or whatever, right? But ultimately, it's just it ends up being a mind game, or whoever uses their mobility to push other people off up here, right? So there may be times where we break line of sight, but yeah, we need to be aware that we have to be, for the most part, on this side of that. And that's good to know, because that was really the first time I ever sat up on there. I just watched the Jane video and I was like, well, time to do it. So
Good question though, Squid.
Yep.
What if they go the platforms all the way on the right?
I don't think any sane team actually does that.
It's still a valid question.
If they do it, if they do it though, then your tanks are still on this high ground with all their mobility tools, so all they have to do is use their mobility tools to jump in, right? One of the big things about positioning yourself for dive, especially on defense, is that it allows you to engage certain people without using your mobility tools, so that you can still use them to get away or reposition, right? So the other good example is Dorado, that first point defense at the very start. While you always see an OWL, the Winston and Diva, up on top of the red building, is because that way they can drop down and contest or whatever, or engage on someone, but then they still have their mobility tools to get away if they take too much damage, right?
Okay, so you said a lot about tanks. but there are people already up here. Specifically, in theory, there should be 76 and Zen. They want high ground. Do they want to push
Wait,
to
what?
the kind of top right? Yeah. Because if
we're talking about the defending teams. We're talking about our soldier and Zen.
Yeah, our soldier and Zen would, in theory, still be up top there, correct?
Yes.
On the high, yeah.
That's
they should
where
be there
they
the
play
entire fight.
regardless.
They need to be here the
Even if
entire fight.
Even if that team pushes through blue and comes straight up on there.
Yep, doesn't matter. That's the strongest position.
Yep. And
Like,
then
maybe I rotate around to the left to the bridge.
That's what I was thinking.
But no,
Yeah.
that doesn't happen very often.
And then the other thing is, if they do go up through this way, that gives your tanks and your Genji more than enough time to reposition to be up on this high ground to contest them.
Yep.
Right?
Also just walk through.
I just wanted to make sure that the plan was set there. 'Cause
Yes.
If someone were to do it, I don't want to be lost.
There is basically no excuse for your Zen and your soldier to not be on this high ground unless they get pushed off or die. Or they need to contest at the very end and they're the only ones alive. Other than that, there's no reason that they shouldn't be up here.
Just making sure. Got it.
Okay. Honestly, I don't even want to watch the rest of this. I just wanted to get that point passed, and then I want to look at some Horizon footage, if that's cool with you guys. Unless there's anything you specifically want to look at in here.
We'll look at our offense.
No, I'm talking about Volskaya, right? Which we just ran through our offense.
I guess you're right.
Yeah. So let's go to, this is the wrong thing. Corn dogs in space. Poggers. How dare they run our super secret comp? So I didn't even realize until I went back and watched this earlier today, they're running 5 tanks, not even 4. I don't know why the fuck they're running 5 tanks. I don't understand why you run Rhine and Orisa in this comp.
Without a bastion.
But they did it.
I remember Jane did it in Pugs.
Did
It
he?
didn't work out. Yeah.
It did or it didn't?
It of course didn't work out.
Okay.
Against the normal 2-2-2 comp.
So
they were just putting down their tanks with Zen.
Yeah. So literally the only reason that we end up losing this first point is because we thought that we were in Overwatch League and we needed someone to contest Fleta. And because we were too slow to rotate to point. If you watch, they beat us to point. We're still shooting up here. We need to be rotating already. That's it.
Yo.
Yep. Yeah.
They beat us to point and get defender's advantage, and then we're fucked. And we all jump off at different times. Look, Blah is in a position where I guess he can actually kind of do stuff there, right? Zork doesn't have
position where I can actually get a view on anybody coming through the point.
Calhoun doesn't have.
I do get a couple good shots off, but I immediately have to switch once I get dove by the diva. So
yeah, Calhoun doesn't have good line of sight on anything going on in here in point, right? Zork doesn't have line of sight with the main tank for a second, and I think I get hooked like right off the bat or something, and we just get steamrolled. That is just so like. This Rhine is too aggro sometimes, but sometimes he hit those fat things and it works. I don't really have much more to say about this. This was just like a panic thing where it's like, holy fuck, we're getting rolled in the first minute.
I think I also...
Is this where Squid lives forever?
Yes.
There's no comms, so.
I want to see this.
3:16. Just remember, 3:16 is the start of the time where it is just me and my Mercy.
Okay, let's see this.
No, but I'm stalling it.
Okay.
I say don't come. Honestly, probably the right call to not come in because I think they're gonna get back. Like their dead people are gonna get back before ours are.
The only thing we killed was a diva, and
I'm the only one that makes it back.
We only killed the diva, I think. Right?
No, we also killed. I think their Reinhardt we punished.
Hold on, I'm looking at it right now from mine.
No, you did not kill the Reinhardt.
We didn't. We killed someone else.
We killed the hog. We killed the Reinhardt and we killed the diva. Damn. Okay.
Okay. And the hog or no?
And the hog.
And the hog. Yeah. So it's okay.
Wait,
so it's
no. Back up. Yeah. So I-beams kills a hog. Orisa kills I-beams. Zork reses Squid. Mana kills Rhine, and then I kill the diva. I kill the baby diva, and then there's Zarya kills Mana. and then
So
I die.
it's their Diva and Reinhardt coming back.
Yeah.
Diva and Reinhardt. Yeah.
So Diva's going to be coming back fairly quickly once she respawns because she has boosters, right? I honestly think I made the right call to have you guys not come in. I think they didn't
100%.
focus me well.
Yep.
100%. They also
Your Mercy should have died.
Yes, they did a terrible. Well, to be fair, if you look at who's on point right now, they have a Lucio, a Zarya, and an Orisa.
Okay.
So Lucio can boop, but it's hard to hit left clicks on Mercy, assuming it's not his comfort pick, right?
Dude, you're right. You can literally get in Mercy's face.
There
should be no excuse that Mercy lives.
So here's what I'm gonna say, right? Orisa's hard as fuck to aim with,
No,
and
it's not.
Okay,
Yandere, shut the
about
fuck
their
up for a
mistakes?
second,
Can we get
please.
back to R?
Okay, fine. Basically, I live forever.
I'm a roadhog with a mercy pocket. I live forever.
Shit.
Fucking
316. I stalled for 19 seconds with a mercy
You
in
also
like a
went
2v4.
ult.
I did waste my ult. That was dumb.
You were swapping anyway.
I was swapping anyway, that's true. So it didn't fucking matter. So I call here to go dive, but I think I-beams is already set up, so it's just like a little unlucky.
I would go I-beams go. I would go Winston here.
Okay.
I guess we had time because they've all backed up to change.
Yeah.
But like,
No, they already show up there. They're already there with two of them.
No,
and not the
it's
rest of the team.
just
it is just their Rhine and their Hog.
Yeah,
it
but,
is their
he
Rhine
can't
and their
switch-
Hog.
He can't go switch at that point, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. And it's hard to know who's back here, right? It's hard to know who's behind that wall when you don't have a tracer scouting. So I won't fault you for that by any means.
Too late.
Okay. When you die,
Yes, for sure.
and you will die.
Oh yes,
going Orisa is
You're still
actually
running
really
triple
strong
tank?
on this point, particularly.
It
'cause you
is.
corner camp so easily.
the problem that I have with running Orisa, and this is just my thing with tanks in general here, is that once you get pushed off, it is hard for you to get back up and contest people on high ground. I think if you have one mobile tank, it's not as bad. So with me on Diva, it's okay. But
Also,
I feel more
you
comfortable
use
running
ult
wine.
to pull them off high ground.
Yes, you're correct.
Actually,
Don't have
I
high
don't
ground
mind
contest,
the
it's
I don't
not
mind
directly.
Orisa Diva here. That might not be bad.
Yeah.
I do.
You like
We play
Orisa.
real well with the Winston though.
We do, and I think the other thing is like I've been
Orisa, the
saying.
Winston choice.
The other thing
I'm
is,
just saying, like,
yeah. I think I also just want to run dive more in scrims until we're executing them perfectly, like 60-70% of the time, right? We were good this game against like a weaker opponent, but I still want to be executing clean dives consistently, and I want to practice until we get that down, right?
Here's a question for you guys, though. So, what would happen here if a soldier flanked around the right? So you know where the mega health pack room is?
I would probably
What would you
go
guys
contest
do if
him.
There's a 76 just like shooting at you from the side.
I would go contest him.
So where I'm positioned for most of this fight as Junkrat, I'm not playing on the high ground. I am just spamming bombs through that doorway.
This is you right
Well,
here, right?
It doesn't matter where I shoot from, from. Yeah, that's right. So I'm the easiest one to rotate over, and
Where'd it go?
generally speaking, I can handle soldiers as Junkrat.
And I'm in a position where I can help him with the Discord and Harmony.
Yeah.
What
No, like the soldier's not committing to the fight.
He's just
asking-
poking.
Yeah, he's poking to like try to because he's forcing attention onto you guys. So, like,
WM1 into the rest of their team. Take the 5d6.
alright.
Um,
Like your Mercy's exposed here. He could get a Helix in.
He could. That's true.
You could, yes. You are
Then
right.
how do you deal with that?
I lost my control panel, so I can only draw lines now. But we'll deal with it. I hit a button and it's gone. But
Mine is not.
Oh, Lucy.
whatever. This is just we do a really good job of not giving them a ton of space on this. I think we played this high ground well, like throughout the whole map for the most part. They also weren't super aggressive in and of themselves, but we didn't give them a lot of room to work with.
It says you left.
They should have booped us off.
What?
Quit on
They
the
should have.
3948.
Well, I'm still here, obviously. Is the video still going?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't worry about it.
We need a shield. Okay, thank you.
It's getting burst.
Press W. Press W. Press W when you have a new shields.
What do you want me to do there? Did you want me to walk up? Like I was confused.
So put the shield farther forward so we could continue.
Yeah, so they're down their main tank at that point. They only have a diva and she's low health. That's the point where we need to push in and just start taking them out. Instead, we didn't, and they got the res off on the Rhine. Right?
You just wanted me to push up further.
I wanted us to press W and M1 and kill the other team.
Yep.
That's it.
We're doing a lot better at that.
Look at your health.
Yeah,
mine because I pushed up assuming that I-beams would push up with me and he didn't.
Okay.
Right? That was just a misplay.
Not like so Lisa's not reactive.
Wait. One person
so
talk at a
scary.
time, please, for the sake of God.
I guess I'll go first. I'll go first real quick. Just wanted to say that this was a really scary moment for Azoric. I mean, just because you guys were all taking at least a fair amount of damage, so trying to heal everybody looked a little spooky. I wouldn't have been upset with him if he had even tried to Valk, because there was just so much damage. Then it would have been an easy push, and we would have won the thing easy peasy. But I mean, I'm glad he didn't. It worked out, but I wouldn't have been mad about it if he had.
Okay. I-beams, what are you trying to say?
More reactive tank, or a much less reactive tank than Ryan or Winston. So, like, I have to commit to a shield positioning.
Yeah.
Way further in advance.
So what I wanted you to do was when your shield went down like here, and I knew that you had like a good 3 or 4 seconds, I basically wanted you to push all the way into this room by where like the container thing is.
Got about halfway there. I wasn't sure how far you wanted me to push it, so I did put it further forward. I just wasn't sure how much farther forward you wanted.
I think at that point I'm just used to playing with a Winston where we can go super aggro and we can just dive on whoever we want. And that's I wanted to clean up the fight here, right? So I'm like, press W, easy win, no problem. Unfortunately, it didn't work out because I forget that we have an Orisa, but it is what it is. And then you get, I think, discorded. Or, no, you don't get discorded. What? I don't know.
My ult's been ready forever. But,
there's the Valk.
They're down to Mercy.
Oh, why did you res I-beams?
Yeah.
No, we wanted him to switch.
A good choice, though, I think.
Yeah.
Slow-mo?
No?
The I-beams has supercharger.
Yeah, I think I call him to use it here.
I was going to use it, but then I saw that we were fragging out, and then I saved it.
Yeah.
Lucio, don't let him get away. He's a speed demon.
They're down. They're back down to just.
Do I switch?
That was well played by Zorik, diving down behind the shield.
Bongos this fight and then switch.
What was that?
Zorik made a solid play, that's all.
Yeah. What's up, I-beams?
We didn't need it.
Yep. No, we didn't. That was good on you to not use it.
We didn't need it.
Open bongos.
But at this point, I think I say, let's fucking use bongos this next fight so we can switch.
Good position by
I don't remember if I did. Exactly what the tempo I should be dropping bongos is on. Like, do I wait for a fully committed team fight? Do I use it to like?
I think bongo's good for opening and tempo.
Yeah, I think it's for like once they really like start to commit, I think is the time to just put them down and just fucking use them and just like clean up the fight. Like it's basically assuming you use it and it doesn't get destroyed right away and your team's alive. It's usually a one fight
because it allows your whole team to charge their ults faster as well.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I always like to think of it as a really great way to engage or to completely defend an area.
Yes. This is like the kind of thing where it's not a reactive. It's like when we say we're going to push in with trance, it's the same kind of thing in my mind. We're going to push in with bongos and win this fight.
I like to think of it like a Mercy Valk in my opinion. You can use it to heal everybody and then go in, or use it to damage boost everybody as you're going in. But Valk is obviously more powerful. And you can just use it in the middle of the fight, res people, and do the same thing. But like, yeah.
They need to learn how to.
Here's a tip for Calhoun that I'm pretty sure he already saw it though, because you were with the tutorial session with Jane, right? How when you say like let's push in with trance, instead of actually like pressing trance and going in, it just means play more aggressive so that when you do get low health, you can trance out.
Yeah, the second the tanks go low, I hit trance.
Yeah. So here's my one thing that I'm mad about from our second point defense. How did 2 people die to this bomb?
Hazork
Watch,
should
it's
have done
unlucky.
this.
If you watch my perspective, it's so unlucky.
Watch Hazork. Hazork knew and prepared, and then it was just so close.
Yeah,
Just
the Guardian Angel just was bad. Or
Where
the hover.
where is Calhoun? Because I think he dies to this too.
No, I know.
Oh no, I-beams does. How does
I was trying to reposition
hold
my
on.
field. I was going to try and walk behind it, and then I realized I wasn't going to make it, so I tried to
I will
reposition the
link,
shield,
I
and it
will
was just too
link in
late.
chat my perspective, and you guys can see who it kills and how.
So yeah, it looks like Hanzork was trying to be behind the beam on the left side, and yeah, I-beams just kind of
floated a
this
little
is just
far
going
down.
down.
To walk in front of my shield, realized I wasn't going to make it.
Okay.
I showed up in time.
Yeah.
Hazork should have lived. It
If
was
any
an
of you want to see it,
unfortunate thing.
click that, and
Click it
that's
out
my
about it.
perspective.
Can you
So-
pause it? I want to see it.
Yeah. So I will say though, if you look at, and if we were running a Winston, right, you'd get this even more. Myself as Diva and Blah were both on that up above, completely unaffected by that bomb. We just watched it go by.
Forgot about that. I straight up forgot about that positioning until the end. You'll see
Yeah.
I eventually do go up there.
Mm-hmm.
I just straight up forgot that that's where you're supposed to position as Winston.
Yeah. Well, you're also taking this opportunity to switch to Winston, so
No percento.
Yep.
Like the last fight that I remember that positioning. And then I
Sorry.
fuck it up. You'll actually see me say, "Well, I guess we're going in," because I accidentally walked off the rafter.
Okay. Me and Calhoun neutralized Tac Pfizer here. Valk.
Can I see this?
It was.
You can't see Squid's health, but Squid had like 1 health when I
Yeah.
did transfer.
I think it was that, and it's also just like a good stall tactic here. Otherwise, we may have lost that fight, especially with Valk. Although this is another Mercy that doesn't know how to press right click, in my opinion.
Yep, there's too many of those.
She's still hurt. I guess not now, but yeah, she's basically been healing the entire time.
Wait, did you notice the McCree up top?
I don't think I did. So I think once I came down to neutralize Tac Pfizer on point, I think I just went full brawler mode, and I never heard that there was one up there to stop for a second and go up there and try to contest it, right?
Because I was about to ask, like, what would you do in that situation? Because if you do go up there to contest McCree, the entire enemy team is on your Zen.
Yeah.
If you don't, the McCree is going to kill you.
At this point, you're saying?
Doesn't Blah? But Blah knocks him down. Period.
So I
lucky.
contest the McCree here.
Yeah.
It's
like
lucky that he gets
10 seconds from now, you can test the McCree once you spawn. For now,
But Squid can't leave me on point too much here.
okay, so I bomb here and then use trance to get back. Oh, no, I don't use trance to get back in. Either way, I zone them out for just enough time there to
allow your team
allow that team. So not only to get the team in, but also they lose some of, and this is something that I learned from Jane as well, right? Is they basically lose a couple seconds of Valkyrie's usefulness, right? For basically a couple seconds, especially because they're scared because they're not a super well coordinated team, they basically don't do anything, right? So I've just shaved 3 or 4 seconds off Valk that A, lets you guys set up, and B, means they're not shooting at us, right? So that and trance are really good to use Diva ult against. I mean, by the time that I get back in mech, I think Blah's basically already contesting him up here anyway, right? If we look, I'm back in, Blah's already up here flying through the air with his mystical Junkrat powers. I think it's fine. At this point, if I knew that he was up here and Blah wasn't contesting him, I probably would have gone up to take him out, or at least try to harass him with the Mercy pocket.
Ryan's dead.
Not take him out. You just need to knock him off high ground.
Yeah. Yep. But I was just fragging at this point. I was just like, I want to shoot things. Calhoun is shooting things with me, and I love it. It's kind of amazing that we won this fight, honestly.
It's literally just Mercy.
I can't hit anything.
Fuck off.
I got mad because nobody shot the Mercy.
I missed 2 headshots on her.
Dude, Calhoun fragged that whole this entire defense except for then.
Yeah, this next fight is one of my best ones.
Entire map.
And also Squid, that peel on me and that D.Va was great because you DM'd me and I was able to ping off 2 more headshots to knock the D.Va out of mech, and you were rocketing. Like, it was just all together
back here. Yeah, so I was like, you're in a really weird spot right now up against, I mean, a baby D.Va's pretty high damage output. If she's anything worth her salt, she can kill Zen.
Go back a little farther. We pop her out of mech together. Yeah, look. So the D.Va dives me here.
There's a Discord right here, yeah.
Ryan's dead.
Yep.
I got D.Va out of mech.
So, funny thing, I think actually I was going for the Mega here because I was low. And she was just in the way. So it's not that I love you. You just got lucky.
I'll take it.
I mean, you got D.Va out of mech.
Me later on with the massive shatter that I get off later. Like,
oh, man. It's hot.
Actually call it in team chat. I'm like, that was lucky.
Yeah. Well, you saw my screenshots, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was,
I thought it was wasted, which is why when you see it go off, there's about a half-second delay before I start going nuts about it.
Yeah.
Okay, I was wondering where the switchback was.
This is Calhoun saying he's going to have trance every fight because they're long fights because their team isn't coordinated.
I very much have
no.
damage.
D.Va was just scouting.
Everybody. Yeah. I'm back in.
What are you? Oh my God, mindless stop, please. Thank you. So none of us are in position right here, right now. I think either your tanks are up here, or the other thing that you can do is you can kind of hide underneath and wait for someone else to call a good target up there.
I've always been a little unclear as to the defensive dive positioning for Winston.
So you want to put yourself in and it kind of runs like attack dive too. You want to put yourself in a position where you're not going to take a lot of poke damage or like damage at all until you're ready to engage. I was up here because I was just trying to farm some charge, spamming in here. But I do actually come down with you now, I think. And then you jump anyway, so fuck it.
Okay, so hold on a second right there.
Yeah.
If you, and this was mentioned earlier today as well, I-beams, when you're calling your dives, don't dive when you say number 3. Dive when you say number 1.
Yep.
Yeah, I said
you need to hit that shift button on 1, not on 3.
And if it's a really quick, if it's like 3, 2, 1, that's fine. I think we actually drag it out for too long sometimes. But it needs to be consistent, and I need to have enough warning to go in with you.
1? Okay.
All right, dive. 3,
Wait. Pause.
I went out on 2 on like 1.5.
That was like 2.5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not 2.
What
No,
was-
I
what was
said 3,
the-
2,
what was
and
the
then I
target?
jumped.
Yep. This is another good thing. Just listen to comms.
Mech in 3, 2, 1. Okay.
All right, dive. 3, 2, 1.
Who's the target?
Yeah.
Because
It looked like you were just attacking the platform.
Yeah, that's I-beams doesn't know what his target is because he hasn't seen anybody.
Yeah.
And that's where having being up on the gantry is going to be very beneficial.
Yep.
I understand in this context you may not have had enough time to get up to the gantry in time for the team fight to start, but
What were you
I
saying,
just need
I-beams?
to be up there.
Yep. It's that, or again, like I said, the other way to do it, and once we have a dedicated tracer main and we really get them to the point where they're scouting appropriately for us and they're comfortable in that, the other thing we can do is kind of hide down here or something where we're not going to get poked at, and then we can pop our heads out just long enough to go and then jump on somewhere like that, say Kai or Reebler has called out to us as a good dive target. Sound good? Okay.
they switched to a Junkrat.
See, like that's an example why you don't dive Junkrat. He just booped both of
Yep.
you off.
Well, no, so he booped Winston off, but this is something that I've been starting to do as well, is like, okay, we go up there to contest, maybe Winston gets zoned out or something like that. I just fall off. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have boosters again in like 2 seconds if I need to re-engage. It doesn't really lose us a ton in that time. And it also means that I'm also low right now, so I've put myself in a position where I can get healed up without being in danger. So that's something that I do as Winston too. Yeah, and I actually go and pick up a mini there because I know I'm super low.
I have bomb. Nice.
Oh,
I don't know. Does that blah that just got them all off?
Yes.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, if you watch closely, you'll see me throw mine.
Junkrat.
Yep. So.
His mine hits like 4 people.
So.
That's bullshit.
Listen for comms again here. I just want to. Yeah. I just.
Happening.
Okay. I just want to see if there's a dive call.
There's no dive call. Evans jumps up.
Nope.
Nice.
oh, fucking great.
And then he gets shredded.
Yep. I'm down here. I could have helped you.
Rip.
Rippery now. It's okay, because Calhoun's fragging. Calhoun's the hard carry right now.
So if you see it, it's a solo kill on the Rhine, and I headshot the Junkrat, and they back off.
Dude, you're a maniac.
Okay,
Yep.
no, Squid. Pause. I agree with what you just said. It's just that you have no one to push up with you.
Yes.
Your Winston's dead.
Yep.
And
And
you
that's
are
why I
going
backed
to die.
out instead of diving in.
Great choice.
Clearly have a numbers advantage, and we have really mobile characters. Like, it means
See, if there was a Tracer with you, bam,
Yeah.
they're dead.
Yep. Or a Genji even, right?
I would still argue with Tracer. Far
Yeah.
range.
Guys, Reaper's a dive character.
Oh wait, I forgot. My bad. I'm sorry.
Fucking end me. I-beams, you're kind of doing what we talked about again here is you're just kind of taking damage for no reason right now. You're not going to zap a Rhine to death by himself when he's probably got a mercy pocket. I don't know if you were trying to be a distraction for Zork to go around back and ult.
Press WM1, so I press WM1.
Okay.
we should be pushing up.
Okay.
Get this Ryan, get this Ryan.
Wow.
The other thing we have to be careful about is that generally in this situation, Calhoun is back here, right? So we can't really be pushing too aggressively through here until we know that the fight is basically already won, right?
I think we
And
should
it's
have
just
had
cleaning
Mana
up
switch off
targets.
to Genji.
Probably.
I agree.
Reaper was
He's getting no value from Reaper right now.
Yeah.
Because look, he's indecisive. I think he wanted to flank, but then he realized that a team could just look behind, delete him,
Yep.
and then your team would be at a disadvantage.
Yep. But it's okay.
Your shield
fucking
through
won.
the floor saved me from fan.
Good,
Why
don't feel
would
bad
you-
about drawing circles
Back
because
out,
you don't
back
have
out, back
arrows.
out. Your health is so low, dude.
No, fuck
Okay,
off.
use Death Blossom this fight.
Diva's coming right.
She's looking to bomb again. I don't think she ends up doing it.
So is McCree,
They're
they're
all
coming
going
Oh, they
right.
all go this way. What was that?
It's coming
Remember
left.
the scrim
It
we
just
had on
got me.
Kings Row where the Diva
Wait, pause. Right here. Zork did a really great thing here. This is something I do as Mercy all the time. Is when there's a tire, I try and get away
coming
from my
left.
team because there
just
are
got me.
two things that they can do, right? They can either use tire to try and kill the whole team or 2 people in the middle of
Or
that,
they get the mercy.
or they get the mercy.
Yep.
If they get me, then they shouldn't get anybody else, and then it's still relatively close. We can have longer stall, whatever.
I've always read on
Or if they kill
Reddit-
them, then or if they kill my teammates, Valk, bring them back up. We have a huge advantage.
I've always
I-
read on Reddit.
Also,
that-
I went in here 1v6.
Yep.
Don't know why.
Oh, yeah.
I just got popped out of mech, and I don't think there was a call.
Wait,
let's
so
see.
here's a
Let's
question
listen for comms.
Reebler. Yo, Reebler.
But
So like you just talked about Hansorik's thing on Mercy, but I always read on Reddit that like whenever you hear a Riptire or a Dragon Blade, you just want to like melee to cancel the beam so you can hide.
yeah, you could do that too. But I mean, it's like you could do one of the two things, right? Because if they already know where you are, you can try and hide, or you could be blunt about it if you think they know where you are and be like, get me or get the team. It's like
Okay, yeah.
you could there are different strategies. This is just like a thing that I would do like instinctually
Okay.
every time.
All right. Let's.
Okay. Yeah.
Can we
No,
get this
I
going?
don't-
Because I gotta go to
I
bed
actually
soon.
know what the comms were.
Yeah. Well, that's why I rewinded.
we're
Let's
going
listen and
right.
see what the comms were.
In this fight,
Diva's coming right
Alright.
side. So is McCree. They're
they're all
coming
going
right
right.
side.
It's coming left. It just got me.
Going into the Zen.
Nope.
So I heard they're all going right, and I forgot to say let's contest.
You say I'm going for the McCree, like as you're already in the thick of it. You baited out Trance, which isn't a bad thing by any means, but you're gonna die.
No, actually, I think he lives this.
If he lives, it's because their team is crap.
Yeah, I agree, but I think he does
Straight up. There is like dude, honestly, if I'm this team and I see a Winston dive in by himself like that, my first thought is Winston's feeding. It's the same shit that we did to their diva on Dorado.
Yeah.
Just throwing it out there. Okay, you do it. You get out in time, but with very low health, and then you get skill ratted.
I can't DM it.
Yep, I wasn't in.
I know. I got McCoy.
This could have been way smoother.
What the res is?
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's funny.
I-Beams is just mad now because he's died twice in like 10 seconds. Actually, no, you didn't. Never mind. Wait, did you?
Zen?
I did twice.
Yeah, feels bad.
No, I think at this point, just like
I get in to get popped right back out.
Now watch. This Ryan gets rezzed, so go back a little bit.
Nah.
So this Ryan, his charges are ridiculous. Go back a little farther.
Yep.
So go a little farther. This Ryan gets deleted because he tries to charge me, and then he gets rezzed and he does the same thing, and I do it again.
Hey, I helped.
I killed Ryan.
I killed Ryan.
You contributed.
Zen?
Okay, so watch. This Ryan, he goes that way for a minute, and he's gonna charge the same thing. Like the exact same thing.
What the fuck is he doing? Why is he throwing?
And I hit right-click headshots on him both times.
Dude, it's because he knows you're popping off.
Maybe.
But yeah, he basically threw because it let Blah just get free range on the rest of his team, basically.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Someone called out their Lucio, and I-Beams was on it instant.
Mm-hmm.
They have a
And
Lucio?
I-Beams was like
No, they don't have a Lucio anymore.
Or
What are
who
you
was
talking
it?
about? Listen, just listen.
One name?
Zen. Excuse me. Misspoke.
Oh, it was a Zen call, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's just good cleanup at the end. Like, we've gotten a lot better about that.
I'm gonna have trance.
Yeah, that was
this
So
awesome. And
you have
he's
to
done
realize
that
was,
before
like, pretty
too.
much two fights, right?
my
That was
reaction.
really good.
That's their tire.
my reactions are probably too good because I'm jumping in before anyone else has had a second to like process.
Yep.
No, but Blah. No, I mean not Blah. Someone called Zen and then you jumped on it. There was like
Yeah.
another call before
So,
that saying Zen.
so that's fine. Like, once the fight's already won and we're cleaning up, you just need to, like, when we're making dives, like, to initiate or, like, if it's, like, the first or second leap, basically, and I need to be with you so you don't get fucking annihilated by, say, something like Skill Rat, you need to be talking to me.
I think part of that is just pre-fight positioning too.
Yeah, I think once if we're
The
when we're
more safe I feel, for lack of a better word, the longer I'll take to.
yeah, but I think also like, so I've had times this game where I've noticed where when I'm with my main tank at the start of the fight, he might not make a call, but I'm just close enough to him that I see him go and I can follow him in, right? If we're both up on the high ground here, it's very easy for me to tell when you're going to engage and I can go with you. But when like I don't know where the fuck I think I died here maybe, no, I'm Baby Diva right now. But like in fights when we're both up here, it's really easy for me to tell.
Pretty much.
No, good point.
I think we need to work on positioning up.
Yeah.
Pre-fight positioning in general. Like
Yeah.
there are some maps that I'm really good at that with. There's some maps that I do not know where to
That's
stand.
got you baited.
Yeah, I think that's something that I didn't really know until recently watching Jane stuff as well and watching OWL stuff, and that's something that we should talk about and try to work in more because
Okay,
I
what are
think
we
that'll
talking
put
about?
us.
Because that was just a whole blur of the game comms and our comms.
I'm talking about the tank positioning to initiate fights, especially with dive on
Okay,
defense.
gotcha. Okay, I think I was starting to listen to in-game comms.
Sorry.
And think you were talking
Yeah.
currently.
Sorry.
This game's hard.
They're running main.
What the fuck is their Zarya doing?
I'm just gonna walk in on their backline.
What?
The fuck is
That was a poor. Okay, ready for a poor
Wait,
decision on my part.
wait, did
Is there
someone?
an echo?
Did-
I heard that.
What happened?
At least I'm consistent. So me right now, I'm watching the Zarya, like just right now as we're watching this, and I'm like, what the fuck is this Zarya doing? And then I play the clip, and 2 seconds later, I hear myself in the recording say, what the fuck is this Zarya doing?
And me and you are standing there looking at the same thing, like, what is going on?
Yeah, we're like, what? Like we're just chilling right now, watching like stupid people be stupid.
Being aggressive, so I, trying to save my mobility, think I'm going to walk in behind them.
Yeah. I don't know why.
And I get deleted.
I don't know why I wasn't with you. I think maybe it's because I just got back in mech. But you know what? I kept the tracer off Calhoun's ass, so I'm calling it a win.
One thing I was
sorry,
I
think against the only reason I lost is because they're a bad team. The only reason.
Oh yeah. Oh no question. We had misplays the whole game. Sure, but I think we've made less misplays than we've done in previous scrims.
Where I was thinking they were going to be is because they weren't very aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I have something to quickly say because looking at this, is that I was so confused why it was that Squid and Calhoun were at the bottom there together.
Yeah, we just needed some quality time. That's all.
Yeah, but I mean, like in general, because we had this setup and the tanks together is really strong.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was like, this is a misplay. This is weird. Hopefully things work out.
No, you know why?
Because you were there, it worked out. But it was like,
yeah.
I was so confused for a second.
No, Reebler, you know why? Because I'm not in mech right now. So I'm going to get it back here from spamming choke. And then I don't think I actually know where I-beams is right now because he's in a good spot to be for a Winston if they're going main. He's not going to take poke damage. But I'm kind of, I'm like, I don't need to be with him right now.
Okay, I see what happened.
For going to the back line, I should have been there with you. But if you had stayed there and then dove when they went main, I could have been there with you. So that's like the kind of thing. So I'm working on this myself with making sure that I'm always line of sight and in a good place to be with my tanks and with my healers. But I-beams, that's something to think about for you as well, right?
I got to be paying more attention to what you're doing.
Yeah.
Additionally, right here,
spoils me a little bit.
I didn't realize how late the call was too. I mean, obviously, where I am as Junkrat, I can switch to wherever the hell I'm going to be shooting at with no trouble. It's easy for me to follow up on that call.
I-beams is basically already on the staircase underneath here by the time he calls it.
So he calls, I'm going to go walk in on their backline, and he's basically already there. Yeah. So this gets back into the making your call and then doing it, not starting to do the call and then making the call.
I also think just looking at their comp right now, it's not a good one to walk into the backline of. They have a McCree that can flash you and deal a good amount of damage. They have an Ana that can sleep you. And they have a Tracer that can put down some heavy burst damage on you. If you have a D.Va, she can DM when you go in on the engage. But if it's just you, there's a good chance you're going to get fucked.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think I was... You ride it on Volskaya basically and just pincer them,
and
expecting them to heart the point.
Yeah. So the problem is that they didn't engage hard enough for you to do this, right? If they were already spilling into main, and you went around back, it could have worked.
I thought that was in the middle of happening.
Yep.
And that's why I made the decision.
Okay, I fed. Sorry, I thought they were.
One thing I want to say about tanks, you can keep it rolling though, is that you guys gotta remember to turn around and look everywhere. Just because.
Nope, I can only put my eyes forward when I play tank.
I mean, sometimes just taking a second and doing a quick 360 is really helpful.
Yeah, I think I need to start working that, and I think me playing Mercy, as weird as that sounds, is starting to help me with that. That's unlucky.
Hey, Calhoun, that line finally got you.
Finally, yeah.
I got you, bitch.
This is actually...
What the hell was I doing on the point?
Holy shit,
we can go back and find out.
On the point right here. I have no idea why I'm on the point.
I think maybe we over-rotated after getting that tracer. Yeah. So we pushed the tracer off, and then we're like, fuck it. Might as well push in. And I guess because... I don't know.
What happens here? I'm going to watch myself here for a second.
Thanks for res.
And then Blah jumps off for no reason.
Yeah.
Off of high ground?
Excuse for it because I die and I cost us a res right there.
This is just unfortunate. He goes for the shatter on someone as they're getting rezzed and the mercy, and it's just like Mercy's already flown away, but this person's still invulnerable. I feel for that, Ryan. That's just kind of like res mechanics bullshit.
Yeah.
Get the Ana?
You know.
My big complaint with my play this round specifically was we were just winning so easily that I was like, I'm not calling ults. Actually, I guess I did here, but I didn't do it every fight.
Yeah,
There
but
it
you're
is.
losing
There
mech
it is,
every
found
fight.
it.
I am. Yeah.
And then I fall off. Just watch this shit.
Did you go too far forward?
Oh boy.
Dude, that
is like, what the fuck is going
that
on?
almost looked intentional.
Ults just standing there.
So honestly though, if you watch this, it's like you couldn't have picked a better time to fall in. Watch what happens.
Oh, completely.
You
by accident.
completely separate their team, right? They have a Rhine and what is this? And is that Mercy?
Yeah, oh god.
Let me look for mine.
Wait, I forgot that on.
Yeah, that is their Mercy, and you just completely separate them from the rest of the team. Like, and everyone's like, "Fuck it, might as well go in on it." So that's a good job of like us reading off of you, and then you just go in too deep. But whatever.
I look forward to the day that we can read each other's minds.
We got kind of lucky at the end there. I guess Mana ulted. Never mind.
I don't think Manalock had much value from the Reaper pick.
No.
So I think he's been holding this for like 4 minutes at this point. I don't think he's used it since like very early on.
That's what a right
And to be quite honest, there hasn't been a lot of good opportunities for him to use it, and I think it's simply because of the pick against who we're playing. It's the map. It's a bunch of things. Like, just Reaper's just a bad choice here. Is really all it is.
Level 8, he's S tier dive hero.
Like he switched to Reaper because they played they had all the tanks.
Yeah,
And
we needed to call to switch it.
Yeah, and
See,
we never made the call to make the switch. We probably should have.
Yeah.
And the one nice thing he did there was Mana wasn't completely. I mean,
Oh, you know what?
For a second.
We're not even gonna watch this.
Yeah.
We're not even gonna watch Quad Tank.
Okay, but what I was gonna say was the nice part about Mana there was he did follow I-Beams in there where I-Beams died, and that's where he Death Blossomed way in the back and got there. Anna and McCree kept them separated, and it was just the Mercy and the Zarya on point, which me and Squid then dealt with.
Yep.
Manalock has some good instincts.
He does. We just needed him to switch off to Genji at that point.
Did you guys see LX Woodward?
I don't know what that is.
Who that is?
I don't know what that is.
He joined our Discord.
Oh, a person?
Yeah, he
earlier today? I have no idea.
Or yesterday.
Yeah.
He's
Today,
an old friend of mine and a friend of Mana's, and I guess Mana was talking about team, and he and Woodward got interested, and so he messaged me about it. I don't mind having people in here, but can we try to keep this to Scrim discussion right now? Because I gotta go to bed soon. Yeah, no,
like I'm past my bedtime.
The point is that he also plays a lot of Mercy and DPS. So if we ever want to keep him in mind for future stuff.
Okay. So Quad Tank, the biggest thing to me is we should have run Lucio instead of the Moira. Other than that,
yes, agreed. And let's just skip it though.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go to our real footage. Horizon Part 2, Electric Boogaloo. We do it nice. We do it twice.
Dude, this guy's got.
He's got quality naming.
Mindless, great titles.
He's a great memer.
Okay, I need to. So my thing is fucked up. So I actually need to end and restart the session.
All right.
Let me know if the link still works.
Tell us when you have.
Dude, can we make mindless like our corn doggo meme starter? Dude, like he makes good corn doggo memes.
I don't know, but again, can we keep it to Scrim so I can go to bed? Okay. Do you guys need a fresh link for this?
It's not working for me.
No,
okay.
Just refresh it and you'll get it, guys.
Okay. Will you? Okay.
Have you gone live yet?
Yeah. Here, I just posted it in Scrim discussion. It's different, I think, so.
Yeah, this is a different key.
Oh, it is. Yeah,
okay.
You're right.
Sorry about that. The good news is I got my interface back, which wasn't a thing before.
Hey, stop. Hey, mute your mic in Mayhem so we can just hear it through Discord.
It should be muted now? It is. Okay. It said it was muted, but for some reason it was still going through.
Here we go.
I love this comp for Horizon. I love it for first point.
Did you see what Outlaws did? They did something very similar to this, and it worked.
Yes, that's
well.
why we did this.
Play a little bit.
I really liked that play. I think it was great.
Sorry, I'm getting a little snippy right now because I want to get through this and go to bed.
This was Blah's call, and it was a great call, Blah.
Yeah. It was a good call. I think the only thing is that we have to watch for smarter teams. Well, actually, push us in here.
Yeah.
I think they straight up never saw the Sombra, and by the time that they realized what we were doing, it was too late. I just got unluckers here. Yeah.
That is the point of the strat.
But let's look at from time to hack.
So fast.
338 were hacked. Let's watch
about
when we
30
have
seconds.
EMP.
And I could have gotten it faster. I didn't play it perfect.
Yeah, give me that.
Wait, you said they should have pushed you. Why would they push you?
Because they should know if we're sitting there doing nothing that we're trying to farm an EMP. There's no reason for us to be sitting here for any other reason. And at that point, what they have to do, they're not going to be able to contest an EMP, basically, right? Especially looking at their thing, they have 2 shield tanks. The big thing about them is that they have shields to protect themselves, right? They don't have a ton of damage output from their tanks. I guess they have the Junkrat and Discord. But what they should be looking at is, we're sitting in here, oh god, we should do something to prevent them from having EMP, right? Or prevent them from farming it. They also have a Junkrat who can spam the ever-living fuck out of that room. There's no reason to not push up and try to take the fight to us in there.
Not to mention, Jane talked a little bit about this. There's only 2 point of entry.
Yep.
For this bottom part, there's the front and then there's the back. The back is easily flankable, so if they had a flank character, it is pretty good.
You know what they could have done that would have fucking destroyed us? They could have run their main tanks and their McCree through front door here and then have Junkrat flank behind and just spam it down. That would have been an easy lost fight.
Oh god, too much.
Exactly.
Also, if you listen to the comms there, I love Squid. Oh, give me that all charge. Oh no, too much charge.
That was so I literally don't know what I got hit with.
I had to be Junkrat Mines.
No. If you go back, watch my health, right? I'm at 600 right now with armor. I get down to 450 or so.
Probably some Zen right clicks and maybe a McCree head.
So I think that's what it is. So I think I got a damage boosted discorded fire strike. I think I maybe got a Junkrat, and I also got Zen right clicked. I think is what it was, because it wasn't a mine that popped me out.
Too much charge.
Yeah, and if you look,
and I-beams is just getting juggled over there.
That's actually somewhat intentional.
And no, you were fine. It was just funny to watch you bounce up and down. And Zork fucked up and healed you too much.
Yeah, he kind of pissed me off because we. Yep.
Yeah, we.
Fuck me. It's okay. I was out of mech anyway.
But we're what, 20 seconds in, and we have 30 seconds in, and we have it.
I just want to say you told Zonk to stop healing you, and then he died.
Fuck off. Fuck off. No, I think I got hit by a shitty Junkrat, RNG. I got RNG'd. That's what I say whenever I get killed by a stray Junkrat left click. I got RNG'd.
You got outskilled.
I got outskilled. So I also love how we do this engage here, right? So you're gonna have Calhoun coming up from behind, your tanks coming in from here, and then Farah coming down from here. Even if they have a shield, that's tough to break. And then to not have shields up because of EMP on that is just fucking
Pause. Your EMP was too early. Blah wasn't in position.
Well,
if you waited just a second or a second and a half a bit later, that would have been a lot more effective.
Yeah, I could have given you a little longer warning. Yeah, you're right. I just saw it because I had an opportunity where I have all 6 in the EMP.
Yeah, you're gonna take it.
So I hit it.
Yeah. It's okay.
I mean, it's not like I was far behind. So.
I was listening to your your commentary, and you said I didn't get the Zen. I did get him. He just got immediately healed by the Mercy.
Yeah.
Okay, that was me being dumb because I didn't realize to heal up the shields immediately. Yeah. I thought it legit removed 100 from the max health.
No. So what it does is it I hate
you
it.
back it up, you can watch the heal bar go down.
Okay, yeah. I know that now.
But yeah, I hate EMP because I play Zarya.
Sombra main, by the way.
Yeah.
So
I knew
annoying.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, switch.
Yeah, and I just got bullied going, and
Do we farm this again, or do we switch?
No, we
we
switched.
switch, yeah.
Calhoun just went back. Although honestly, I don't know how bad of an idea it is to run it on second point with the Mega right here.
If you go left side and hack,
I don't think we've tried
The
it
mini
before.
and the
I think
Mega?
we could consider it, but
One of the two, yeah.
I think
Yeah,
I
you
think
mini
you'd
and Mega.
want to do this one and then maybe hack the mini here. See, but I think you're gonna get contested much harder if you try to play left room, right? They're gonna try to walk in on you, whereas here you can kind of set the pace.
yeah. So if you do it on the right side, you have to play the poke a little bit more conservatively. You can't because you have so much farther back to go.
Yeah,
If you play it on the left,
but they also
side-
have a Junkrat right now, so it shouldn't be too hard to play that game.
Yes, you're right. When they have a Junkrat, it actually should be really easy to play this right side.
Yeah.
With the Sombra.
Yeah. Anyway, let's keep this going. I think this should end pretty quick. Right? Oh, I guess it's like another 2 minutes, but
Save Shatter for Barrage, but let's do it. All right, we gotta.
so I love so
Comes to play.
so just watch me and I-beams for like the next 2 minutes up here. It's some of my favorite play we've had as a team, like period. So he fire. Okay, that's a misplay. I-beams, I love you, but there's no reason to charge here. You put yourself in a bad position where your healers can't see you. You're already like dead. And there's
100% agree. It was a bad choice.
Yeah.
The only way it would have been acceptable is if I could find a short charge angle,
if you can catch
So
like
I'm
on this
thinking
pillar,
against
maybe. Yeah.
wall, something.
Yeah.
That's the only way that isn't a misplay.
Mhm. Okay, I'm just making sure you know.
That was a one fight if I hadn't done that.
Yeah. Were you here when I talked about what I like when I asked Jane about this situation or no?
I think that's just you and me.
Okay, so watch what happens. So I took a picture of this and sent it to Jane, and I'm like, Jane, or actually no, I'll wait a second. Now. Okay. So my Zen is shattered. Mercy's in a weird spot. Ryan's in a weird spot. Genji's in a weird spot, and I'm on high ground. And I literally went to Jane and I was like, Jane, what the fuck do I do as Diva? Do I try to keep my Reinhardt alive? Do I say fuck my Reinhardt and try to keep my Zen alive? Like, what do I like? Who do I peel for, basically, right? And Jane's like, it doesn't fucking matter. It's a lost fight. Just get out or suicide.
Nope, I straight up lost this the fight.
And I just
did
get
not.
fucking sent into the back.
Back out.
Yep.
Back out.
Let's get
fully
this
copped
This
it.
Reinhardt.
That Ryan kind of like definitely got
That Ryan got hungry.
Yeah, he could have just swung his hammer and killed me instead of charging me.
Yeah.
Was it?
Shit.
The whole story of this Reinhardt, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, he got me twice.
Yeah.
That's Zen.
Okay, Shatter.
And one required a shatter.
Oh, that was so good.
Oh, that Zen was out of position. Never
Yeah,
mind.
he was in front of blue rectangle. It's his own fault.
And they pop trans.
Also, why are they still running double shield here? Like this is another one of those things where I'm like, they just made stupid decisions on what comps to run.
I got someone. Let's get it.
Nice.
That's 2 picks at that point, right?
Fuck.
Oh no, because the one got rezzed. Yeah. Watch the shatter and watch Ryan's shields.
Yep.
Oh shit, I fucked up. My bad. I pressed the wrong button.
Give yourself a little bit. Let it play through.
Yeah. So I do some pushing and make some space. Ryan's shield is basically up until it hits. It's unreal, dude. I don't know why their Junkrat like hunted me on that instead of Pharah, whereas Pharah probably would have been the better choice. But I won't say no. And then this is just
hunting Pharah is a dangerous thing to do.
But with the Riptire, I'm saying. Right? He used Riptire on me instead of going for other things. I don't know. I'm just feeding here. Oh. I frag on a Tracer as Baby Diva, and I fucking love it. Nope. I misnamed my target.
I fucked up the Tracer as Baby Diva, and it was great.
What the fuck? Deja vu?
They're only running one
Yep.
support.
Is there an echo in here again?
It's happened like 3 times today.
At least I'm consistent.
That's true.
I'm not necessarily good at this game or analyzing this game, but at least I'm consistent.
I think you're a good analyzer.
It's all just Jane. I've just watched Jane. That's it.
Easy pick.
Dude, were you just waiting for the shield to go down, Calhoun?
Yeah, that's half my right clicks. I was just waiting for the wrist to open up and her fat
I get
head shows.
yeah. Yeah, you had some.
I picked the Anna too. Yeah.
I-beams, you had some fat fire strikes this game, dude.
On point. This game, or that whole scrim, rather.
I think it's bullshit that Tommy got res there, but it didn't matter. That was a sick direct hit on the Tracer. The laugh. The laugh.
Yeah. The moment that I saw the res going, I ulted because at that point it's no, fuck this.
Yeah.
It's not allowed.
Yeah. Yeah, anyone else have any final thoughts on this, or?
No. I think I got to clean up some of my play, but
I think you just need to be a little bit more patient and just call a little bit earlier.
Wait, why is there random Bastion pick?
Squid's doing that.
Oh, okay.
Because apparently I can add stickers.
That's what happens when
Actually, wait, that's super useful. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Because you can actually
you
like
positioning.
Yeah, that's huge, dude. Okay, yeah, I'm loving Mayhem the more I use it.
I'd like it more if it were less buggy.
Well, you know what? It is in beta, so
yeah, it comes with
figuring out safe positioning and figuring out how to recon a dive without either getting poked or without actually jumping in.
Yeah. So I think that's a twofold thing, because one of that is going to come with having a consistent tracer that can scout with, and the other thing is going to be just us talking about positions and like playing it probably like, yeah, just playing it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think because I'm still stuck in this solo queue mentality where I'm like, I need to figure out where I'm diving.
Yep.
I can't rely on anyone else to do it.
I'm here for you, baby. Yeah.
Dude, just play like doubles. I'm on most of the time. I will.
Yeah, no, that's fine. So I almost always duo queued with console, like all the time. That's who I always used to play with.
Fuck console, queue with us. Got him.
Yeah, I'm gonna give up my best friend for 10 years.
Yes.
Or that one. No, but like he would just, if you were losing and we're like, all right, we need a hard carry here.
Yep.
He'd go Mercy, I'd go Winston. He would just keep his heal beam on me the entire time, and we'd fucking murder them.
Nice. I'm going to stop recording right now, by